Capricorn, this is going to be your love and relationship reading, and then your career and job and money reading afterwards. So this is for October 2018. Excuse me. Okay, this is for Capricorn rising, sun, and moon. For love and relationships in Capricorn's best, highest good. If you hear weird noises, that's my daughter behind the curtain behind me, but she's got a headset on. She's watching movies, so she can't hear me at all. But that's her eating ice cream or scraping her bowl or something. Anyway, okay. This is going to be for Capricorn's love lives. And I'm going to interpret this for single Capricorns, Capricorns who are in long-standing relationships, and Capricorns that just began relationships. This should be interesting. My puppy always seems to act up in your readings. I don't know why. So I may have to go deal with him. I can hear him starting to cry outside. Hope you guys are well. I cut the health reading out of your bonus for October because I didn't really get any feedback on whether or not you guys wanted those. And so I'm not going to include it for October, but if for some reason a Capricorn happens to stumble across my channel and wants to hear about health, as in mental, emotional, and physical health or well-being, please let me know. Even if there's one person that wants to hear about it, I'll definitely include it in for November. And you can either comment on the bottom of this video, or you can email me. My email is in the About section of my channel. So, okay. Capricorn's relationships. This is in your best, highest good, along with whatever you most need to hear about. And obviously, this is a reading for the Capricorn collective, so this may not apply for your situation. It just depends. Okay, my puppy's whining. I'm going to go deal with him. I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. One more, and then I'll get started. Okay, what does the universe have to tell you guys about your relationships? We'll find out. That one popped out. Oh no. This makes me wonder who's watching. This isn't the greatest. Okay. I'm going to show you your 6, and then I'm definitely going to be picking some clarifiers. If this seems like it's for a particular person or a particular group of you, I may pull a small reading afterwards for a different one, because this is looking very specific to me. The first one is the World, which is one of your major arcana cards. The second one is the Two of Swords. The third one, the Princess of Pentacles. The fourth one, you have the Eight of Pentacles. I've always considered this sort of a card that's ruled by you guys. The fifth one is the Queen of Wands. Let's see if I can angle it where you can see it okay. And your final sixth one is the Three of Swords. So let me pick a few clarifiers. Thank you so much for being patient. It seems like every reading I do for you guys, there's always interruptions or weird noises going on. Hey, Oriana. Yeah, she can't hear me at all. At least we have that. Okay, I'm going to pick a few clarifiers. Thank you for being patient with me. Okay. It's not as bad as it seems with the clarifiers. Okay. So, here we go. Ready? Oh no, buddy, don't start crying. Okay. In the recent past, with love and relationships. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm going to have to go deal with that. I'll be right back. Okay. So we were here. You may have been too busy with work or with goals to focus on a relationship in the recent past. Either that or a relationship that you've been in for a long time is dramatically changing. Not necessarily for the worse. It could just be that it's just changing. The relationship is changing. If you've been in a long-standing relationship, this seems like this message that I'm about to say seems like it's for a specific person, which is you may have been with each other for a decade or 2 or 3 decades. And it's at a point now where you've experienced practically everything you could possibly experience in a relationship with someone. And so now you're entering a new phase of the relationship that looks as though perhaps you guys might be working more on goals or on things outside of the relationship together, like building something, creating something, manifesting something together. You've put a lot of work into this relationship. It looks very long-lasting and solid, though. It looks like you guys have meant to have a relationship for a very long time that's solid and dependable. Just seems as though perhaps things are changing. Maybe you're wanting to go away for a little bit in order to experience something, or they are. It doesn't mean that you're breaking up. It just means that one of you needs to go do something important for personal reasons or something. But you have been putting a lot of work into this relationship. For those of you that are single, it looks as though you have done a lot of work on releasing past patterns where now you are ready to attract a totally different kind of relationship or person into your life. Either that or you're just really busy. You're really busy with goals and things that you're doing. It may have not been the best time to start a relationship if you're single. Let me look at this again with the clarifiers. Things are changing and you may have had some insecurities about whether or not this relationship is going to last or continue. you have these two clarifiers with that combination. Your court card, which is the Queen of Pentacles, that is the Capricorn card, next to death. So what I'm getting here is that you have been going through a major shift in your life concerning yourself and your own identity. Makes sense. We just had Saturn go into your sign. If you happen to be a Capricorn rising, your whole entire identity is going to be dramatically changing over the next couple of years. And so for some of you, if you happen to be a Capricorn rising and you're watching this, I can definitely see this in here. This is a huge deal where your sense of self is dramatically changing. Your identity is changing. It's almost as if you're going through a death and rebirth of yourself. I got something random in here about some of you may be fearing that you're going to die or that you're dying. I don't see that as necessarily being true. This might be a fear that you have, or all of a sudden you're aware of your own mortality. Maybe that's why you need to get away for a bit in order to have some kind of a, to find yourself or to work some things out internally with yourself. This may be why you need to get away from your old structures or your lasting solid structures for a while in order to figure your own self out. It doesn't mean that the relationship is ending. It just means that you're going through something very large here, and you may need to withdraw into yourself for a little bit or go experience something very dramatic. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm almost getting something in here for someone that you're going through your midlife crisis, which I can relate. I'm going through mine right now as well. You may be feeling urges to get out of your normal routine you've possibly had for decades and do something completely different. In my case, it involved getting a little dachshund and start collecting random animals. But for everyone, it's totally different. You may want to go on a trip to another country. You may want to sell your house and decide that you want to get a mobile home and travel the country. Whatever it happens to be, it feels as though you're feeling the need for a complete shift or change in your life and a change of yourself as an individual. You may be more aware than usual of your own mortality, or realizing that this is the one life that you've got. You have to live it to the fullest. You have to still do the things that you've always dreamed that you would do with your life. If you feel as though you're going to die if you continue to stay in the same routines that you've had for a long time. This feels really specific for someone. Let me see if I can read this in a different way. If you're single and you're not in a relationship, when it comes to relationships, because after all, this is a relationship reading, you are going through a massive change with your own being and your own sense of identity and what you're doing with your life in general, which is kind of holding off relationships for now, at least significant ones. You may still flirt or date or get to know people, but I'm not really seeing in the recent past that you have been really even focusing on relationships that much because you're too busy dealing with your own life and what you are choosing to do with it now. So let's move on. So he's got a squeaky toy now. Gosh, I really hope you guys have a good sense of humor, because this is a very not professional reading I'm doing right now. Hopefully you can deal with the background noise. Hey, Ozzy, come here. Okay. Presently, this is a message for someone else. If you have gotten involved recently with a new person or have a new relationship with somebody, this person seems really headstrong, independent, very passionate. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I'm so annoyed because I just did your entire relationship reading and then finished it and went to shut it off, and it turns out record never got hit. And so I have to do this whole thing all over again. Pardon me, I'm gonna shake off the annoyance and just start off where I left off last. I think it was these two. Okay, at least I know this reading by heart by now. So, this person, yeah. So let me show you the clarifier that's with the Two of Swords. You have the Knight of Swords came out with the Two of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So what I'm getting here is that one way of looking at it is that you feel as though you need to speak up constantly to this person about what you need or to be understood for what you're saying. If you feel as though you need to yell in order to be heard by this person, it's probably not a good situation for you to be in, or this may not be the best relationship for you. This might be the reason on why you feel torn on this relationship. Part of you wants to keep this situation. Part of you is starting to feel extremely frustrated by the fact that you can't seem to really communicate your needs to this person very clearly or well where they receive it. It can also be that because you want to be changing your life, or something about how you live your life you want to change, or your own sense of identity or self is changing, this person either feels as though they are not being appreciated or paid enough attention to by you because you are going through this process, or something about their own personal needs have to be compromised in order to allow you to do what you need to do right now because of this intense change that you're going through, and it's going to be affecting your outer reality as well. And so this person is wondering where their place is in all of this, on whether or not they will still have a part to play in your life or importance in your life, or perhaps your own needs differ from their own needs, and so you're just trying to think, is this doable? You know, do you have to swallow your own needs in order for this relationship to continue where they have what they need, or can you have what you need and they can have what they need? It almost seems as though it's incompatible at this point. And this doesn't necessarily mean you have to let go of this relationship if you've been in it for a long time and you're happy in it. It just means you're kind of stuck on how the heck you're going to go about this shift or change and still maintain what they need, because they seem, the ideas or goals involved seem very different. You're also feeling very powerfully drawn at this time to follow your own path or follow your own needs. And so you may not really be in a place right now to be able to compromise that much, because it feels as though you need to do this. Otherwise, you feel as though a part of you is dying because of this death card in here. You're changing so dramatically, your partner's not really sure if they can keep up with you or be on the same page as you, in other words. If you're single and you're not in a relationship, this is saying you may not be at a point right now where relationships are your main focus because you're trying to work on yourself, or you're trying to get clear on what exactly you're going to be doing next in your life. And your sense of identity or self is changing dramatically, and so you may need to wait until this transformation or metamorphosis is almost completely done before you even have the energy to be able to spend on a relationship. And so it was these two. In your near future with relationships and love, you have the Princess of Pentacles over the Three of Swords. So something about following this new calling or this new dream or this new thing that you would like to see manifested in your life. You want to have adventures. You want to be flexible. You want to try new things or learn new things or implement new things in your life. And something about this may be making you sad because you're having to let go of things from the past in order to follow this path. Or someone around you may feel left out, like they're not sure if your new path is really what they can really follow right now or what they really want. Your needs may be changing dramatically where you're not really on the same page anymore. And so it's almost as if you have to pick your dream over, or this thing that you want to do over your relationship, or keep the relationship and swallow your dream. But then either way, there's sadness. If you let go of the relationship, there's sadness. If you keep the relationship and let go of your dream, there's sadness. Or there may even be sadness concerning a child. Maybe you want children and your partner doesn't want children, or your partner wants children but you don't. Or something about this may change a situation for a child that already exists. And so this is causing you some stress or sadness over how is this going to affect them. Something like that. And so what I got in here earlier that I'm seeing very clearly is that you will know whether or not you can follow your dream and keep your relationship, because your intuition will tell you. You will know whether this is workable or not. If you have come to a crossroads where you need to choose a new way in your life and your partner is just not into it or isn't able to do that with you, you may need to let go of the relationship, even if it's just temporarily, so you can go find yourself, so to speak, or go on this major journey or go through this transformation on your own, and then you can always come back. Or your intuition may be telling you that they can go with you. Either way, it's more important for you to follow your dreams and what you feel drawn to do, and you will be successful with this. It will be just what you needed. This will give you the much needed inspiration and clarity you need as far as who you are, what you want, and how you want your life to be now or in the future. You will be successful. Something about this dream is being held off or being put on hold, either because of your worries of how it's going to affect your partner or your children. But in the end, I don't really see that necessarily. Maybe for some of you, you will have to let go of a relationship or a situation in order to follow what you need to follow. But I'm not getting here that it's going to upset your children. Or if it does, they will understand. But this, if you are in a happy, loving relationship and you are comfortable with your relationship, your partner will completely support you in whatever you need to do for yourself in order to feel alive again. I almost feel as though you need to have this shift or this major transformation. Otherwise, you feel as though a part of you is dying. Or you haven't experienced the things that you have always wanted to experience. And now that suddenly you're aware of your own mortality, you feel an urgency about this. But really, if you are in a healthy situation with family, friends, a loved one, a partner, then they will understand what you are going through. It could also be that some of you have partners or are in the beginning of a relationship with someone where, because of this thing that you're going through, this identity crisis or this midlife crisis or this need for major change, they're either going to think that you are completely Looney Tunes and that you're out of your mind and they just don't understand. In which case, it's very important for you to follow what you need to follow in order to feel whole, even if that puts the relationship on hold or ends it. This is absolutely what you need to be doing. You have to, for your own sense of health, emotional and mental health, and possibly even your physical health as well. But there's a whole other group of you where your partners and family members or children will completely understand that you really do need to do this. And if they feel secure with you and feel like you're trustworthy and you've been trustworthy this whole time, they will give you the time and the space to be able to do the things that you need to do. And that way, when you come back, you will feel much more successful, whole, and happy about what you're doing. Either that, or they can come with you on your adventure, whatever your adventure has to do with, or whatever you're going through here. So hopefully that helped. That wasn't as good as the first version, but what can I do? Oh well, okay. Hopefully that helped or made sense, and I will see you in a moment for your career reading. Okay. So this is going to be another 6-card spread for your job situation, career situation, your goals, your reputation, your money situation, prosperity, manifestation, all of those lovely, wonderful things for October 2018 for Capricorn rising sun and moon sign in their best, highest good, along with whatever they most need to hear about. Okay. At least it's quiet now. My dog's sleeping. I think this is the second month in a row I've had interruptions and also tech problems with making your movie. It makes me wonder, you must be going through some major changes right now. Okay. Here we go, 6 cards. Okay. Your first card is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a very good reading, by the way. This must be one of your new beginnings or things that you're transforming. Your second one is the Princess of Cups. Your third one is the Knight of Pentacles. Your fourth one, the Two of Wands. Your fifth one, this is the only major arcana in here, is Temperance. I feel as though in that last reading, you've had a really intense feeling of impatience. Your sixth card, final card, is the Six of Cups. This is very straightforward to me, so I'm not going to pick any clarifiers. I think this is pretty clear. So, in the recent past, you definitely have been wanting to switch things up and do something completely different or new for how you make money or whatever your goals happen to be. If you're retired, you can look at this reading as your goals rather than a career. Or if you happen to be a stay-at-home parent or you're in between jobs, this can also be looked at as your reputation and your goals. So this looks as though you have been dreaming about this, thinking about this, planning this, and mulling this over for quite some time. You have definitely been wanting to change things, either change locations, change jobs, change careers, or do something just completely different from what you were doing before. You'll always have your skills with you that you have from the past. You're not losing your skills from the past. You're just thinking about a new venture or a new situation, a new project, a new thing that you want to create. Even moving to a totally new location from before, in which case you would have to wait until you get there before you get a new job or start your new practice or whatever it is that you do. I am getting something specific in here with both readings, your love reading and this reading, that says somebody watching this is thinking of traveling or possibly having a mobile home of some kind, or just traveling from spot to spot. You may want to do both. You may want to have a little home base someplace that you can always go back to, but you feel a wanderlust or a need for travel or a need to see what's out there. See what else is possible for you, or possibly start something, a new investment or a new something that will bring in more money than before, or a new way of doing things. You've definitely been feeling the call to do this. You may have already started this in the recent past. And presently, this is something that completely inspires you and makes you feel alive again. If you had some kind of a job or a career situation before that became very stagnant, like you weren't growing or evolving or changing for the better or doing anything, it just felt like the same thing over and over. It looks to me as if you are ready to take some kind of a major leap or leap of faith into something that completely inspires you and makes you feel like you are learning all over again. This is something brand new. This is potentially something that you have never done before. And so it's a completely new experience that you have almost no experience with. Or if you do, it's not, even if you have been familiar with this sort of thing, this is a completely new way of doing it. And this may even be a skill or talent that you have from a long time ago that you would like to see if you can make money from this, whether it's art or music or writing or just something creative that you have a talent with, but for whatever reasons in the past, you stuck with careers or jobs that were more practical, that brought in money, or it was something that you were familiar or used to, or it was steady income. It was something that you could rely on. This is winging it. This is like putting your musical talents out there, perhaps starting gigs or doing a gallery show with your paintings when you've never shown your paintings before, or deciding to be part of something that is extremely exciting and inspiring and something that you fully enjoy, but it is, to you, it is very risky because there's no way of telling exactly what will happen. But I am getting here that from before, you're feeling a sense of urgency about this, as if you need to do this now, or you can't wait any longer, or you need this to happen now, or you need it to come to fruition now. But what I'm getting here is this is a process. This is something that's going to take some time to build or to grow. It's not going to happen overnight. This is something that you have to nurture and take care of slowly over time. Maybe not even that slowly. It's just something you have to take care of and realize you're not a master at this, or you're not an expert. This is something totally new. And this can even just be following a dream that you have, that you've always wanted to do. If you've always wanted to go to India or something, now you're feeling an urgency. You have to go to India. You can't wait any longer. You've been wanting to do this your whole life and have been putting it off this whole time out of needing to cling to security or routine. But because Temperance is here, this is saying hold your horses a little bit. This doesn't mean don't do it. You definitely want to do this, but try to blend this feeling of urgency down a little bit. It's not going anywhere. You're not dying. This isn't going to be taken away or never happen if you don't do it exactly right this moment or manifest the entire thing this one moment. Most definitely do it and move forward and follow this thing that you want to be doing, but have some patience. Stay optimistic and positive about this. This is meant to be whatever it is. This is one of your dreams. But it says curb down, try to blend and curb and balance out your feeling of urgency over this. As if you don't do this now, it's going to be lost for forever. But I'm not getting that at all. You need to tone it down a little bit or balance out your energies concerning this a little bit. But it looks really lovely, you guys. This is something that really inspires you, that you've wanted to do for a long time. So in the future, again, here is the Knight of Pentacles over the Six of Cups. So again, I'm getting a very strong feeling here that this is a dream that you have had possibly since your childhood. This is like a childhood dream of yours. This is something that you have always wanted to do. And keep in mind, this doesn't have to necessarily be jobs or career or money stuff. This can just be something you've always wanted to do. And it may even be saying that you have gotten prosperous enough or stable enough in your life where nothing's going to go anywhere if you step away from your job or career in order to do this. You have enough already. This is for somebody. And so you must follow this dream. This is very important to your soul that you do this. This may even have to do with visiting a place where you used to live, or seeing a person you haven't seen in a very long time, or reawakening old memories from a long time ago. But I'm definitely getting that this is a childhood dream or something that you have always wished that you could do. And now you're feeling a great urgency to do this before it's too late, before your life is over. And so, again, it's saying it will happen. You should keep on pursuing this. You should do this. But it's going to be slow and steady. And you may also need a companion to go with you or help in order to do this, whether it's assistants, employees, or younger voices, newer ideas that come from other minds besides your own. Or this could be a dream of something that you want to do with your child. If you have a grown child and you've always wanted to go someplace with them, that could be for someone that you want to take your grown son or grown daughter with you on something really important, some kind of a journey, or finding out about their history or the family lineage or something really important. Or you're wanting to drop everything to go see a child that lives far away. I don't know. But if this does have to do with money making or jobs and career, I'm definitely getting that you need help, or you may be having an apprentice come in, or an understudy, or somebody who wants to learn what you do that is going to be studying underneath you, or be a student, in other words, to you. But as well as you teaching this person things, this person is also going to be teaching you things as well. A fresher perspective, a different way of looking at things, new ideas that you never would have thought of that could be implemented into what you already do to make it more efficient or more alive or more imaginative or more creative in some way. But again, it's going to be fruitful. It's going to continue to grow, but it's not going to be fast. This is going to take some time. It's all about the journey. It's not about getting there necessarily. It's more about the process or the journey of getting there. But I feel as though you're seeking something. You're looking for meaning, or you're looking for something that means a great deal to your soul. And you are most definitely over whatever it is that you were part of before. Okay, hopefully that helped or made sense. I wish you all the best, many blessings to you, and stay tuned soon for your general reading for October if you would like to watch that. Love you guys, take care. Sorry about all the interruptions and random stuff. I can't really help it. Okay.